Good morning, first grade. Um, Yesterday, we already had an hour of videos, so I didn't have time for us to put our capital letters on our chart where they're going in the in the order that they are in our alphabet. So let's start with that, and let's put the line letters that we learned yesterday on our chart where we have them in the order they go in the alphabet. All right, so let's start with the first one we learned was our B. So we're going to put that one right here. B. And class, do you remember what is one thing that we always start with a capital letter? It's a person's name, right? Their first name or their last name. We always start it with a capital letter. So we've got a student, at least one, who has a B name. So we're going to put the name up here. We're going to put Brittany, because that we would always start with a capital letter. All right, let's see, the next tall line capital we learned was D. Oh, that goes right below here. So we'll write this one up here, D. All right, and I know we have a student in first grade whose name starts with D, and we'd always use a capital letter for that. So we'll write his name up here, we'll write Dante. All right, the next tall line capital that we learned yesterday was our E. Oh, so that's gonna go right below here. I can't remember right now if anyone's name starts with an E, so I'll have to look at the lists, and then if it does, we'll come back and put that in later. All right, the next one that we learned was our capital. Oh, it's funny, all these are kind of in order right now. So we'll put our capital right here. All right, next we've got our capital. And actually that's so funny, it goes right down below our capital G, capital. All right, so we just had our capital, and I know we have a student in first grade whose name starts with a, and so of course we'd always use capital when we were writing that name. And so we're going to write Harley right here. Right, names always start with a capital letter. All right, the next one that we learned was our capital. What does this say? Good, I-E. All right, so we'll put that one right down here, I-E. All right, so both first and last names always start with a capital letter, and a lot of you have Ms. Iralu as your teacher. So let's put her last name right here, because that would also start with a capital letter. All right. Then we had two more capitals that we learned yesterday, and this one is really funny. They're all pretty much in order. The next one was our capital, let's see, which one is this? Good, J, capital J. So that's going to go right under our capital at IE. All right, and the last one we learned yesterday was this one. What is this? Good, this is our capital K, right? And that one actually goes right below our capital J. All right, so I looked up some names we could put on our chart. I just want, please don't have your feelings hurt if you have the same letter at the beginning of your name and I don't pick your name. Sometimes I just have to pick a shorter one or just the first one I see. But I like you all equally, even if your name isn't on the chart. All right, so for our at E, we've got an Emily. So let's write her name by this at E, because that's what her name starts with. And so we'd always use a capital whenever we're writing that name, Emily. All right, I don't have one for this, for a capital F yet. I don't think I have one for a capital K, but for a capital J, there's a James in first grade, and his name starts with J, and we'd always use a capital, so we're going to write his name on the wall chart. All right, so this video was just us getting caught up from yesterday, as I didn't want anyone to think yesterday there were too many videos or it was too long. So next video we'll start what we're doing today.